Now Surah Talaq, At-Talaq 65:2 says, فَإِذَا بَلَغْنَا أَجَلَهُنَّ فَأَمْسِكُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ أَوْ فَارِقُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ وَأَشْهِدُوا ذَوَيْ عَدْلٍ مِّنْكُمْ وَأَقِيمُوا الشَّهَادَةَ لِلَّهِ ذَلِكُمْ يُوعَظُ بِهِ مَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Now when they reach their term, waiting period, then hold them with acknowledgement, recognition, or separate with acknowledgement, recognition, and take witnesses of two from you who are equitable, and establish the evidence for Allah, that is being sermoned with it, for those who believe with Allah in the last day, and whosoever takes guard of Allah, and He will make a way out of for him. Now, what happened? She was living in the premises. When she completed her term, the waiting period. Now, after the completion of the waiting period means that either it was 3 menstrual cycle, again you have to remember 3 months, or after the child is being given birth, she has completed her waiting period. What Allah says? He says, فَأَمْسِكُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ فَأَمْسِكُهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفِ. And for men is 6 months. Remember, 2 divorces twice. Remember this, twice is divorce. So that means 6 months is completed. And after the completion of divorce, Allah says, فَأَمْسِكُهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفِ. You can hold them back with recognition. Can you believe this thing? You understand what I'm saying? After they completed their term, the waiting period, still you can join فَأَمْسِكُهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ with recognition. أَوْ فَارِقُهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, or you separate with recognition. That is, the divorce has taken place now. After going all through the period, living in the same premises, and you providing this wealth and everything, now it is complete, and then you have to take 2 witnesses from her family and from his family. So in that country, same 2 witnesses on the divorce now. That both parties, their family member, who is the judge, hakim, and you take divorce and take the witness of 2 from you who are equitable, and establish the evidence for Allah, that is being sermoned with it, for those who believe with Allah in the last day, and whosoever takes guard of Allah, He will make a way out for him. So now we have come to this conclusion. Now the divorce is completed. Of a man giving divorce, the process that you have come through, she has to complete her waiting period. She has to live in the same style. You have to spend money on her. And finally, after the completion of her waiting period, according to the situation, you can hold them back with acknowledgement, meaning both of them agree, with acknowledgement and recognition. And or you can separate them. And once you are separating, you take 2 witnesses, one from her family and one from your family, from his family. Now divorce is complete. Okay? Al-Baqarah 2 and Ayah 232. وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَبَلَغْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ أَن يَنكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ إِذَا تَرَاضَوْا بَيْنَهُم بِالْمَعْرُوفِ ذَلِكَ يُوعَظُ بِهِ مَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ ذَلِكُمْ أَزْكَى لَكُمْ وَأَطْهَرُ وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. When you divorce the woman, then they reach their term, that is the waiting period. Do not prevent to become difficult that they marry their heirs' husbands when they are pleased between themselves, with acknowledgement, recognition. That is being sermoned with it. For those who believe with Allah in the last day, that is more justified and purer for you. and Allah knows and you do not know. This is very clear, distinct ayah to be understood. When you, the males, husbands are giving divorce, okay? When you divorce the women, then they reach their term, the waiting period. You know the waiting period. I don't have to repeat again and again. So Allah said, do not become difficult do not prevent them or become difficult to them that they marry their pairs' husbands when they are pleased between themselves with acknowledgement, recognition. What do you understand? If I divorced and two witnesses has been taken place and she's gone home, proper divorce has been given. Now Allah said, do not, you people should not prevent the woman to marry me again. If when they are pleased between themselves with the acknowledgement, then they marry their pairs when they are pleased between themselves with acknowledgement, recognition. Do you understand this? If the woman, because the husband has given the divorce, who has given the divorce? To the woman. And after the completion of divorce or the waiting period has been completed, she goes, and the two witnesses has been taken place, she's gone home. Now if she intends to marry me again, if I have given divorce, can I marry her or not? My question to the audience. According to the yes. Allah said, do not become difficult, do not prevent. Who is doing it? Huh? The people in the society are saying, no, she cannot marry back to the husband until she marries another man. Allah said, do not prevent, become difficult to them that these women marry their husbands when they are pleased between themselves. So this is going on. And what is that condition when she is asked to marry another man? That we'll discuss. Up till now I'm discussing that the husband is giving divorce. When the husband gives divorce, here when you, the man, divorce the woman, then they reach their term, waiting period, do not prevent or become difficult to them that these women marry their husbands when they are pleased between themselves with acknowledgement and recognition. They can marry. That is being sermon with it for those who believe. This is a sermon for those who believe in the ayahs and Allah in the last day. That is more justified and purer for you. And Allah knows what you do not know. Imagine. Why the confusion is going on? I told you there is two types of divorce. One is from the husband, one is the wife takes the divorce. Up till now I am discussing the husband is giving divorce, he intends to give divorce. Even the wife wants the divorce, he will give the divorce. But between the husband and wife, you know who is taking the divorce. This is a very important ayah and a clear-cut ayah. Now what happened? Now I will discuss Surah Ahzab 33 and ayah 49. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha nakahtumul mu'minat thumma tallaqtumuhunna min qabli an tamassuhun فما لكم عليهن من عدة تعتدونها فمتعوهن وسرحوهن سراحا جميلا. O you, those who believe, when you marry believing women, then you divorce them from before you touch them, then it is not for you for the numbering waiting period that you number it over them. So give their commodities and release them, releasing beautifully, gracefully, not fighting, not having wars. Now this question, this is, O you believing men, is addressing the believing men. You have married a believing woman and you are not able to touch them, meaning you are not able to have sexual relationship, one, or you cannot produce children. any woman, married woman, is married to a married believing man, and if she takes a divorce or he gives a divorce and she has not produced any children, there is no iddat, no counting. Or the man has not touched the woman, no counting, no iddat. Or he has relationship but not produced children, again no counting. Now what are the gifts? You have been, when you are married, you are giving gifts, wages and everything. But now you have not been able to touch her or produce children, now you have given a divorce. So Allah says, what he has to give, that is mentioned as Surah Nisa 4 and 4. وَآتُوا النِّسَاءَ صَدُقَاتِهِنَّ نِحْلًا فَإِن طِبْنَ لَكُمْ عَنْ شَيْءٍ مِّنْهُ نَفْسًا فَكُلُوهُ حَنِيًّا مَرِيًّا. And give the woman their charity as a gift present, so if they are good for you about anything, from it give present to the soul, self, psyche, so eat it wholesome, pleasurable, tasty. So Allah says, according to the person who has given all this, it depends how much he can give. According to his status, he has to give. But clarification is mentioned, if he has not touched her, there is no iddat, and here is explains Al-Baqarah 2 and 237. وَإِن طَلَّقْتُمُوهُنَّ مِن قَبْلِ أَن تَمَسُّوهُنَّ وَقَدْ فَرَضْتُمْ لَهُنَّ فَرِيضَةً فَالنِّصْفُ مَا فَرَضْتُمْ إِلَّا أَن يَعْفُونَ أَوْ يَعْفُوَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ عُقْدَةُ النِّكَاحِ وَأَن تَعْفُوا أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَنْسَبُوا الْفَضْلَ بَيْنَكُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. And if you divorce them from before you touch them, then without doubt you ordained for them the ordained, then it is half for what you ordained. Because you were not able to touch or produce children, then the fariza or the meher or everything what you gave, half you can keep. Half. You ordain accept what they pardon. Then I said, you ordain accept that they pardon, or the one who is in whose hearts is the marriage not pardons. Meaning the marriage not, in whose heart is the marriage of the father, or there are owners of the Mamalakat Aymanu, they can pardon, or the woman can pardon. Otherwise you have to give half. If you have not touched your wife, then you can give only half. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise you cannot take what you have. If she's have produced children from you, you have touched her, then you cannot take back anything from them. But if you are not able to touch them, you are not able to produce anything, then you can take half. You can give half, sorry. But if people forgive, the woman forgives, or whose marriage not is, like father is there, or the ahl of the Mamalakat Aymanukum is there, whom the right hand possesses, they can forgive. So let's say it is half what you ordain, except they pardon, or the one who is in whose hands is the marriage not, pardons, he pardons. And that you pardon, it is near for taking guard, and you do not forget the bounty between you. Surely Allah is the insight what you do. So that means the pardon, the meher or the wages or the saduqatul nihla, the gifts, can be pardoned if you have not, you don't have to give them complete, but half. You can keep them half if you have not touched the wives sexually and cannot produce children. You can keep the half. Otherwise, to give whatever you have given, you can't take it back. This is a separate issue related to women believing when you have not touched them. Now, the condition of not touching the woman, what is their period is different. Al-Baqarah 2:236. La junaha alaykum in tallaqtumun nisa ma lam tamassuhunna aw tafridu lahunna farida wa matti'uhunna 'ala al-mawsi'i qadaruhu wa 'ala al-muqtiri qadaruhu mata'an bil ma'ruf haqqan al-muhsinin. There is no offense on you if you divorce women, you do not touch them, or you ordain for them, they ordain, and give their commodities over the spacious according to his evaluation, and over the tight-fisted according to his evaluation, a commodity with acknowledgement, recognition, rightly on those who are good doers. Allah said, there is no offense on you if you divorce women whom you did not touch them. I explained to you in the beginning, touch means to have sexual intercourse or you cannot produce children. So you ordain for them, you had there are two things ordained. One is the mahar and the other is the wages. Continuously you give wages to your wives during when she's under your marriage life. So and give their commodities over the spaces according to his evaluation. You are giving a divorce to now again man is giving a divorce. The man is giving a divorce to a woman whom he has not touched her. So in that condition, Allah says, give their commodities over the spaces according to his evaluation and over the tight fishes according to his evaluation. A commodity with acknowledgement, recognition rightfully on those who are good doers. He has to give that. But in the further ayat, another ayat, and if the man divorces, the further Surah Baqarah 241, وَلِلْ مُطَلَقَّاتِ مَتَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ حَقًّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. And for the divorced woman, the commodities are with acknowledgement, recognition, rightfully on those who take guard. Meaning once the process of divorce is complete and what you have given her in your lifetime, you have to give all. Haqqan al-muttaqeen, mata'un bil maruf. Mata means the commodities. It can come the sets and the clothings and the cars or what house, whatever you have given them. It is rightfully on the husband. But if he has not touched them, cannot produce the children, then half he can give. If she forgives or whom the not of the tie of the marriage is, he can forgive. It's all right, you can take all. And if the woman takes a divorce, then she has to compensate, redeem, or ransom. You can take ransom from her. Give my these things back, this thing back. You can adjust according to situation. If she doesn't want, she can, okay, you can take everything. I don't want anything from you. I got this person. Now I will discuss the second part, where woman takes a divorce. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:229. الطلاق مرتان فإمساك بمعروف أو تسريح بإحسان ولا يحل لكم أن تأخذوا مما آتيتموهن شيئا إلا أن يخافا ألا يقيما حدود الله فإن خفتم ألا يقيما حدود الله فلا جناح عليهما فيما افتدت به تلك حدود الله فلا تعتدوها ومن يتعد حدود الله فأولئك هم الظالمون. The divorce is 2 times. So hold their wives with acknowledgement, recognition, or release with dutifulness. The at-talaqu marratan. Divorce is 2 times to who? For men. Why? Surah Baqarah 2, ayat 28 to 28, it says, وَلِلْرِجَالُ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةً. So to men, the divorce is 2 times. He can give divorce 2 times. That means 3 menstrual cycle, or the waiting will be double according to situation. Okay, now he says the divorce is 2 times, so hold their wives with acknowledgement, recognition, or release them with dutifulness after the completion of their waiting period. Now it is not lawful for you that you take back from anything what you gave them. When man gives the divorce to women, so he cannot take back what you have given them. Come on, ladies, make a fool of them. Listen, you must not give everything to your wife. This is also on my wife. You want a car? This is yours. You want a house? This is yours. So now once you're giving, you cannot take back. So before giving, you must know that once you are giving it, you cannot take back. So it says, after the divorce, you are giving divorce, so you cannot take back what you have given them. It is law. It is not lawful for you that you take back from anything what you gave them. Excuse me, you understand this point? Husband, do you know what's clearly in your mind? What you have given your wife's house in her name, car in her name, anything, jewelry and belongings, anything what you have, commodities, what you have given them back, you cannot take them back. Take it. That's the law of God. But there is an except. Illa. Except. Now you have to understand this except very clearly. Except when both of them fear that they cannot establish the limits, the boundaries of Allah. So if you fear that both of you cannot establish the limits, the boundaries of Allah, then what happens? Then there is no offense on them in what she ransomed, compensated with it, or redeemed with it. Now you cannot take. That means your divorce procedure is finished. You cannot give divorce after 2 times. You cannot give it after 2 times, your divorce is finished. Now the woman takes the charge. And if you both of you know that we cannot keep the limits or the boundaries of Allah, she can take the divorce. It's hidden because she ransomed or that she ransomed or redeemed or compensated with it and take a divorce. Whenever woman takes a divorce, then she has to leave, because any woman can get married to a rich guy and take so much of belongings and then say, I want a divorce. So Allah said, no, you will take her money, everything. I have given her everything. No, then she has to ransom. That's why Allah said then she has to ransom, redeem, compensate with it. These are limits, boundaries of Allah. So do not transgress with it. Who transgress the limits, the boundaries of Allah, they are the oppressors. Now this ayah is telling us if the man gives a divorce, he cannot take anything back. But if the woman takes a divorce, she has to ransom, she has to redeem, she has to compensate. Are you following? Except is there. Exception is there. Exception is there. So if the woman takes a divorce, she has to give things away. Because this would be an easy matter for any girl to marry the rich guy and ask for security. Give me this, what is my security? Give me this house, give me this, and then she takes a divorce and tata, bye-bye. So Allah said, no, you cannot take a divorce. If you want a divorce, you have to ransom. Then you can ask. You understand this point? So now when the woman takes a divorce, now we have discussed the man, now we are taking the woman takes a divorce. Now look, after this Al-Baqarah 2:230 is in continuation. This is the woman is ransoming, redeeming and taking a divorce. So Allah says, فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ مِن بَعْدُ حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْهِمَا أَن يَتَرَجَعَا إِن ظَنَّا أَن يُقِيمَ حُدُودَ اللَّهِ وَتِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ يُبَيِّنُهَا لِقَوْمٍ يَعْلَمُونَ. When she takes a divorce and she ransomed with it, so who will give the divorce? The husband. Remember, divorce will always be given by the husband. But in between the husband, why, who is taking the divorce or who is giving the divorce? That should be clear. So now she is taking divorce, he will give the divorce. So if he divorced her, the one who has taken the divorce, then she is not lawful for him from after she marries the husband pair other than him. So if the second husband divorces her or she takes a divorce from the second husband, then there is no offense on them that they both return to each other. If they assume that they both would establish limits, boundaries of Allah, and these are the limits, boundaries of Allah, He clarifies it for the people who know. So do you understand, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. When the woman takes a divorce, so her period is 3 months, 3 months or 3 menstrual cycles. And she has to give the ransom to redeem her. So for the husband, she has to give it back. And once she takes a divorce, she can't get back. Within that period, she can get back. Within that period, menstruation, she can join in. But if it is complete, then she cannot marry the husband back. Are you understanding? She has to marry another man now. Not to get back to him, marry another man. So you must understand, if you give the divorce, meaning you intend to divorce, intention is yours, she doesn't have to go to another man, you can marry again back. But if she takes a divorce, because the woman, once she takes a divorce, she doesn't want to come back to you at all. When the woman decides. That is why in my lifetime, I've heard many in consultation, the woman says, you give me divorce. They won't say, I want divorce. They won't say, never say this, you give me divorce. It's the built-in psyche. If you're going to marry, you have to give me divorce. If you're going to do this, you give me divorce. I will take divorce. No woman say that. Until unless she got somebody else around. So that is why Allah says, you have to compensate, you have to ransom, you redeem for your freeness, and then you have to marry that man. Go and marry. And after that, she realized that man is not good enough. The first person was good enough. She can take the divorce. Then she again has to take the divorce from that man to marry the same man again back. This is a natural thing. That is why normally women say, whatever you intend to do, but then first give me divorce. Why don't you say, I want divorce? Because she knows if you want divorce, she has to give ransom. So much have been given to her. In the world, the rich people have been lost so many things because they gave it, they can't take it back. If I give so much of things to my wife and she takes a divorce and then she go to the other man and I've left her with nothing. So Allah said, no, if she wants divorce, first of all, she ransom. Secondly, she has to get married to another man. She can't come back to me. So remember, this halala is only permitted when she takes a divorce from the man. Divorce will be given by the man in all conditions. Whether she takes a divorce, the divorced man will give. In that condition, she has to ransom. She has to redeem. Or she to get free. Give my money back. Give my so many things I've given. Give my, that can be adjusted, but she has to leave many things. But if you are giving divorce, then it is not lawful for you to take anything what you gave to her. Is it logical? It is understood? Not the halala is not bad. You give divorce, you ask your wife to go to another man. This is not good. This is not right practice. This is wrong. If the woman takes a divorce, she doesn't want to come back to you. She's got somebody else. She wants to get married to another man. Normally, women do not take divorce. In the Western society, the women are taking divorce because they get the half of the wealth of the husband and they can get another man. So that is why Allah says, if he divorces his wife, then she is not lawful for him from after she marries the husband pair other than him. So if he divorced the second husband, divorce her, there is no offense on them that they both return to each other if they assume that they both would establish the limits, boundaries of Allah, and these are the limits, boundaries of Allah. He clarifies for people who know. I would like to explain one more thing. You see, in a husband-wife relationship, one thing is very important. Whenever a husband marries a girl or a woman, apart from belief, of course belief is there, you have to, for husband, the woman should be tayyib, good. She should look good, you feel attraction towards her, you love her. Because you love her, you like her, you admire her, you marry her. So after the marriage takes place, the relationship, there is a physical, psychological and sexual bondage and the children are there. Now, if the man is loving the wife and he intends to divorce her, the man, if he intends to divorce her, and she doesn't want to get divorced, who is getting hurt? Sorry? Listen to me carefully. No, listen. If the man intends to divorce his wife, and the woman doesn't want the divorce, but the man is, because I told you one party is the one who wants, either the man gives divorce or the woman takes divorce. So if the man divorces his wife, who is getting hurt? No? Woman. Wife. She doesn't want to get divorced, but the man is giving divorce. Are you understanding? The woman does not want divorce, but the husband, because of his reasons, is divorcing her. Are you following? So who's hurting? Getting hurt? Woman. So the man gives a divorce and the woman is getting hurt, and after the divorce is completed, and if she approaches the husband and wants to get married because she was hurt, she has not forgotten the husband because husband has divorced her. So if she want to come back, Allah say don't prevent her not to marry the husband. Do not become difficult because she intends to get back. So Allah says they can marry each other without going into other process. You follow what I'm saying? Now takes the other condition. If the woman intends to take divorce, who's getting hurt? Husband is getting hurt. So now she goes and married to another man, and she lives with another man, and now she realizes this man is loving. He still has feelings for the wife because she has taken the divorce. She goes to another man, she lives with that man, and she realizes, no, this man, my previous husband was good, and now she takes the divorce from her and she comes to the husband and tells her, I am sorry, that man was, I am sorry, you were good, he's not good at all. Wouldn't you accept? Come on. They will accept, all these men will accept. Because she went out, she lived with another man, and now the point is that she took the divorce for this man again, the previous man. They are doing it halala, they are loving the wife and they are sending to the girl to another man and taking back again. In the true sense, she takes the wife takes the divorce, she goes and marries another man, and she takes the divorce in the proper sense, comes back to her husband. He was wishing all the time to come back, and now she said, now I'm sorry, and this man was no good enough, I want to come back, John, he will take back. They are taking back in another way. They are giving divorce and making their wife do halala, and then they are taking back. Every man will take back. Come on? Does it make sense to you or not? You must understand the situation in true sense. If the woman takes the divorce from the man, he is hurt. He still got feeling because he was not intending to divorce, but she's taking divorce. You try your level best to stop her, she takes a divorce. Now she goes to another man, gets married to another man, and lives with that man, and finally she realizes this man is not good enough, and then she comes back to you. Why would you not take it? Because you had feelings for her in the first place. You understand? It's logical. But if the man gives the divorce, she's waiting for you. She doesn't want a divorce. She was waiting. She's not getting married because she's thinking about you. And now you approach her, or she comes back to you, you will marry her. You know, you won't ask her, no, you first go and get married to another man, then I will marry you. And she doesn't like it because she didn't want the divorce in the first place. Any woman who wants the divorce in the first place, she doesn't want to go back to the husband. So Allah is giving her the so-called punishment or the option, go and marry another man, live with this man and find out which man is good. If that is good, remain with her. If it is not good, take the divorce, come back to this husband, and if they both agree to it, you agree, get married. Again, this is based on the emotions and relations of both sexes. This is most natural way. You give divorce and you ask your wife to have sexual relation, get married to another man. Why should she? If she takes the divorce, Allah is saying, okay, get married, now you can't get the husband back. You can't get married to your husband until you go to another man. So this is the most natural thing Allah has given us in this ayahs. Al-Baqarah 2 and ayah 234, this is related to people who die. والذين يتوفون منكم ويذرون أزواجا يتربصن بأنفسهن 4 أشهر و10 فإذا بلغن أجلهن فلا جناح عليكم فيما فعلن في أنفسهن بالمعروف والله بما تعملون خبير. And those who are being completed or died from you, and they leave pairs wives, their wives wait with their soul self psyche for 4 months and 10 days. That is the waiting period. So when they reach their term period, then there is no offense on you in what they did in their soul psyche with acknowledgement, recognition, and Allah is well acquainted what you do. Now if the husband, they die and they leave their believing women behind, so these women have to wait for them to get married to another man for 4 months and 10 days. So because he is dead, so Allah has given in 3 months we can come to know about the birth of the child, but 4 months and 10 days is a psychological wiping out of the husband. She does not no need remember the husband. She was fed up already. She wished for her death. That's why Allah say go marry 2, 2, 3 and 4. So this is Allah is telling you that the woman has to wait for 4 months and 10 days because he's dead. So she forgets in 4 months and 10 days. But once he's alive, he's giving divorce twice, 6 months. So Al-Baqarah 2:240. Another thing, وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا وَصِيَّةً لِأَزْوَاجِهِمْ مَتَاعًا إِلَى الْحَوْلِ غَيْرَ إِخْرَاجٍ فَإِنْ خَرَجْنَا فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِيمَا فَعَلْنَا فِي أَنفُسِهِنَّ مِنْ مَعْرُوفٍ وَاللَّهُ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. And those who are being completely died from you, then they leave their pairs a testimony for their pairs, wives, commodities towards the surrounding. That is 4 months and 10 days without expelling them. So if they go out, there is no offense on you in what they did in their soul self-psyche with acknowledgement, recognition. And Allah is mighty wise. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you before, if you look at the word in Arabic here, hawli, mata'an ilal hawli. Again, these translators have translated 1 year. Hawl in Arabic has occurred 25 times, and every place they have translated as surrounding, around, this thing, periods, environment, But here they have translated 1 year, and hawlaini kamilaini wa hamlu wa fisalahu, they have translated 2 years, and here is translated 1 year. For year it is sana or am. So now I am telling you that 1 hawl is given for the woman whose husband is died is 4 months and 10 days. So she has to complete 1 hawl, 4 months and 10 days, and then she can do whatever she likes it. It is not 1 year she has to leave behind. So they say this ayah supersedes, and it is mansukh, that ayah. The previous ayah is not mansukh. It is telling you that she has to wait for 4 months and 10 days, then she can marry. So that means for 4 months and 10 days you have to provide sustenance, mata. Only these 2 places hawl has been translated by the scholars years. Otherwise the hawl, 25 times the word hawl is mentioned in the Quran, and nowhere they have translated as years. This ayah and the ayah hawlaini kamilaini wa hamlu wa fisalahu, meaning the woman, one surrounding is her pregnancy surrounding and the other is that is 2 surroundings. They have to hawlaini kamil, they have to complete 2 surroundings. Here is also mentioned 1 hawl, meaning 4 months and 10 days. That 1 hawl they have to complete, that circle of 4 months and 10 days. You follow what I am saying? So look, you can see, and those who are being completely died from you, they leave the pairs exactly same. If you look at the Arabic, the same. وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ and وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا. وَالَّذِينَ يُتَوَفَّوْنَ مِنْكُمْ وَيَذَرُونَ أَزْوَاجًا. Same, يَتَرَبَّصْنَا بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ. Here howl is mentioned, the time period is mentioned, there the howl is mentioned, the surrounding is mentioned. How much surrounding is to be, she has to be in you have to provide the mata, is 4 months and 10 days. That is one howl. She has to complete that mahaul, that 4 months and 10 days of waiting period. This waiting period of those men when they die. The other, in all the ayahs of the Arabic where howl is mentioned means surrounding. So where they have translated to, they have translated wrong, I have corrected. And with logic. So this was the last ayat of my lecture. I will just complete this lecture. You can ask any questions. Thank you.